You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I've got your 2-week spoilers for September 15th through the 26th. We've got Drew accused and Carly is spitting mad. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. Lots to talk about these 2 weeks. Let's get right into it. On Monday, September 15th, Nina tries to de-escalate the tension between Britt and Liesel, who has just slapped her daughter. And Nina is telling Britt how much she and her mom Liesel grieved her when they thought she was dead from the hook killer, and it's such a miracle she's alive. And then Nina is pressing Liesel to apologize for slapping Britt. But Liesel says she's only sorry that she wasted any time grieving Britt, who is yelling at her mom that she is the monster that Liesel raised her to be. Anna gets new evidence on a case, so maybe the cops found what Britt had hidden in Drew's safe. And Anna is telling Chase that Drew is ADA Turner's problem now, obviously about the judge thing, not about the attempted murder. Brennan is quite upset with Joss and Vaughn and is saying that their little stunt will cost them, the little stunt of them, I don't know, shagging at the beach. Anyway, Carly tells someone that she's hurt and it may be about Jason pushing her aside, which is long overdue. Drew is manipulating Martin to do what he wants. This is, of course, after he fired him, but Drew is walking that back and wants Martin to make sure the police never see that evidence. Now, he doesn't know about the stuff that Brick put in the safe unless somehow Martin found it before the cops did. Otherwise, I assume it's the Portia stuff. Jason tells Carly and Sonny that Britt is alive and someone faked her death and went to great lengths to do so. I also wonder if there's a chance Jason may break his promise to Joss and tell Carly she's a WSB agent. Marco corners his dad, and I wonder, does he think Sidwell had Drew shot? Tuesday, September 16th, Kristina is encouraging Cody. Maybe she's going to tell him that he should ask Molly out. Elizabeth chats with Molly, and she may be asking about Rick, and, they may be discussing if one or the other knew that he was leaving Port Charles. Of course, he's not. He's tied up with a ball gag in his mouth. Emma and Gio get upsetting news, and it may be that Outback is still missing. Emma may stress about that since Dalton was reportedly doing his test on animals like dogs and monkeys. And Lucas shares something with Ava. He may tell her that Britt is alive, and he almost called Brad to tell him. And Nina completely snaps. Could be about Willow going back to Drew. Could be on Liesel or Britt. Wednesday, September 17th, Cody is shocked. Maybe something about Molly. I'm hoping he finds Rick. Somebody's got to find Rick, right? Because that's hilarious. Chase shares some info with Dante, and I'm assuming it's about their Drew murder investigation, but you never know since they're in the same family as well. Jason gives out some upsetting news on Wednesday, and Kai is alarmed. And I wonder if he's figured out that his prints may be found on the baseball bat at Drew's, which should be no big deal because he is at his house and he could just say he touched it. It's not like Drew was bludgeoned. Britt has an unsettling encounter on Wednesday, and I wonder if it is Professor Dalton, who knows she should be in Croatia working on the research on his theories. Thursday, September 18th, Charlotte opens up to Lulu, and I wonder if she's going to tell her mom how much she misses her Papa Valentine. Tracy and Jason do some bonding, and it could be over their worry for Monica or their dislike of Drew or both. Gio needs some help from Sonny, and Molly has a secret on Thursday. It could be her crush on Cody. It could be her new romance novel, maybe some info on the Drew bribery case since she works in the DA's office. And Britt has to push her pride aside on Thursday, and it could be with Jason, could be with her mom, Liesel. On Friday, September 19th, we have Lulu springing into action to help an accident victim, and no word on who is in the accident. Obviously, it's important for it to make it into the spoilers. Gio comes through for Emma, and I'm wondering if he finds Little Outback. Drew has bad news that's delivered from Liz, and I wonder if it's about his injuries. You'd think that would be a doctor. Could be about something with Monica because she's obviously getting sicker soon, or maybe about Scout and Willow, who are staying with her. Danny is pleading with somebody on Friday, and it might be Drew. I mean, he really wants to see Scout, or it could be Willow asking if he can see Scout. And Jason admits his regrets when talking to someone, and this may be with Britt, and he may tell her that he's sorry that he set her aside for Carly. The week of September 22nd through the 26th, we've got Lulu making a decision. So is she going to let Charlotte visit Valentine in Steinmauer or not? Brennan is there pushing it, and Nina showed up and encouraged it as well. Plus, Drew has to consider next step, and he needs Martin at his side in case he's charged with bribery. Drew's got to smooth that over. And of course, he wants Michael to take the fall for shooting him. Drew bribing that judge just doesn't add up. Like, it's the dumbest thing, because had he bribed the judge for $1 million, that ruling would have gone in Willow's favor. Britt tries to make things right with her mom, Liesel. And of course, Britt feels terrible because she was so excited to see her mom. She's been thinking about her a lot. And for her mom to be so angry at her is just killing her. Jason is going to be busy trying to make amends with Britt. You know, she made it clear on the plane coming over to Port Charles that she just really dislikes the way he treated her and she's not here for it. But since her mom is rejecting her, you know, Liesel may feel like she needs some sort of support network. I mean, obviously Nina's going to be there for her. It's not going to be easy, but I do think Jason won't stop trying until he convinces Britt to give him another chance. I do think he's going to have to set some serious boundaries with Carly, though, to make this work. And he has never, ever, ever successfully done that. Monica's health is going to be worsening soon. Her death and her funeral stories are set for early fall. Jacinda is trying to score paydays. You know, Michael paid Jacinda to give him an alibi, but that doesn't mean she's not going to go ask Drew for money, maybe Nina. Portia doesn't seem likely to budge, but she may press on the other people. Jacinda may even circle back around to Michael and demand more money from him because, you know, if he doesn't keep paying her, she doesn't have to keep saying that she was with him that night when we know he was right there in the rain, very dodgy. Sonny's feeling pretty safe this week because Drew's shooting happens to be the one time that Sonny is actually not at the top of a suspect list. The PCPD doesn't seem too worried about him right now. They're focused on other people. However, I wonder if Marco has the original info that his dad Sidwell cooked up that showed bribery from Sonny to the judge that he could turn over to the cops to thwart his dad's plans.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.